How the devil are you? Got some boxes behind me? What's in the box, I hear you say? Well, this one's pretty obvious. It's got a picture of speakers on the front. I got a couple of other things that I need to unpackage. I will be opening them up in a moment. But before we do, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Come on, you've got nothing to lose. Give that like icon a little bit of a tickle, okay? And to get to the end of the video, you think, oh, that was alright actually. He's not too bad. Give this video a nice like. It does help the traction of the video. If you don't like it, you can dislike it. Jog on. Anyway, let's get opening these packages. So, in this box, I got some banana cables. Banana. I may have an issue with these a bit later. It's not much of an issue, which a lot of people in Europe may come across with banana plugs. Not so much in the other countries, but in Europe especially. I don't know why in the UK, but I'll show you later. And I've also got some speaker wire. It's just Amazon basic speaker wire. You know, some audiophiles may tell you that it needs to be woven by magic elves in the land of Narnia. Well, nah, it doesn't. This will do absolutely fine in the length I need it. Look, if you're doing really, really long lengths of it, then maybe you need something a bit better. But I'm going to be under 5 meters both sides. This is absolutely fine. Don't waste your money on expensive cables if you're only running 5 meters or under. Right, let's get stuck into the big box. Oof. Well, they look nice with the grills off, don't they? I do like the look of them. But I will be putting the grills on when I'm not using them because I've got children and I don't want fingers being stuck in these because I've seen that happen many a time. Yeah, so what have they got? So they got a 1-inch 25mm silk dome tweeter, 6.5-inch 165mm paper cone woofer. Now it's been doped. So basically what it is, it's been coated in some type of resin or fiberglass or rubberized. And what that does, it prolongs the life of the actual driver, but also keeps it a little nice and tight. It doesn't make it go all okay. You've got a base port on the front, base ported, which is good. So you get the base coming to the front. But if you can't position these very well, say you've got them on a computer desk and you sat right in front of them, and there's a bit too much bass, it's like okay. You've got these bungs here you can just pop in the front, and that'll tone the bass down for you. They've got a frequency response of 41 Hz to 22 kilohertz. So it goes down pretty low for a standalone speaker without a sub. So they should get good bass out of them. And that's why I got these over the ELAC WB62s. Even though the ELACs have been reviewed really highly and they come very, very highly recommended. But here's the thing. The ELACs have a great soundstage and they are an excellent speaker for under £300. But they probably don't have the bass these have. These got bigger drivers, and I think these do have a bit more bass. They got a lower frequency response, and the high end on these is a bit rolled off. It's a bit smoother, a bit lower down than the ELACs. ELACs tend to be very bright, so that in the reviews I've read, even though they're very clear and detailed. Now, here's the thing: I've got a Cambridge Audio A1 Mark 1 amp, and it's a great amplifier, but it's very bright sounding. So I didn't want a speaker that was too bright. So it depends on your amp really. Because if I had a bright amp and bright speakers, it might be a bit overpowering to me. It might get a bit tiring, hearing that top end too much. I don't know, maybe. So I wanted something which is going to be smoother and easier listening to go with my amp. So it depends on your amp really. Okay, let's see what's on the back. Okay, around the back's not much to see. You've got your speaker inputs here. I'm going to be using banana plugs. Simply because it's just easier when you're taking them on and off, just to plug them in and out. It's just easier. Yeah, so Cambridge Audio say on their website that they're not into bi-wiring. They say they'd rather focus on their crossovers. We'll see if that's the case when I test them later. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fit the banana plugs now. I'll cut the speaker cable to length, 2 meters each I did it. That should be fine for me. Don't need any more than that for where I'm going to put them. So you do with the banana plug, you unscrew that. Like that, then you loosen off these screws here, just so you've got them just at the end in there so you can get the wire in. Okay, I've already stripped this one and I'm putting black, it's a black stripe on that, so I'll put that one on that one, okay? Pop that in and tighten them up. Tighten the other side. And then screw that back on the top. And there you go. Job done. Okay, so I got the banana plugs fitted. So no problem with the speakers, they're not blocked off. But on the back of my amp, they've blocked off the banana plugs. And the reason they do this a lot around Europe is that these fit into the sockets in Europe. They don't fit into UK sockets. So I don't understand. Look, that's a UK plug, so that's not the same. But a European plug's are two round pins. And they worried people might stick these into the electrical socket. How stupid would you have to be to do that? But I'm sure there are people out there that stupid. So they covered these up so you can't use them. And they got a little plug in them, which I've got out here. Got this little plug here which was in there. And that was hell to get out. It took me ages with a knife, almost cutting my finger off, trying to pry that out. Tried with screwdrivers and everything. So I've come up with a little bit of a better plan to try and get these out. And what I may do is like drill a little tiny hole in here, put a screw in, and then pull it out with the pliers, and that should work better. Okay, so there we are. Managed to drill them all out. One of them I didn't even have to use a screw, but just got to be careful. You use a small enough drill bit that goes into it and doesn't damage the metal around it. But yeah, I got them all out. That was much easier than spending half an hour with a sharp knife trying to prise them out, because it took ages. They're in there pretty tough and quite deep. Okay, now we can connect it up. Okay, I've got them all connected up now to my amp. I'm going to be playing via Bluetooth, and I've got my Bluetooth receiver transmitter here plugged into the back, and I connected it to auxiliary. So I'm going to play you 4 or 5 tracks, one after another, about 20 seconds of each. The YouTube copyright friendly tracks, so I can play them. And just you guys let me know what you think, and I'll give you my opinion afterwards. So what do you think? You know, by the time YouTube crunches the audio down, you're not going to get a great representation of it, but it does what it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? For me, I thought they were good, very good in fact, very clear. Not a bad soundstage, not the best you'll ever see. I mean, but they are entry-level speakers. For what they are, they're very good. The bass was nice and tight. High ends were good. I didn't. A lot of people have said they got a lot of drop off on the treble. I didn't see it, maybe because of the amp I'm using. One thing I will say to you though is placement is key. If you got these speakers too close to the wall, they become a little bit boomy. If you got them too far away, you do lose a little bit of that bass. And I did have them placed quite far away from the wall, so that could have had a bearing on the sound test as well. So remember, placement is key. About 25 centimeters or 10 inches away from the wall is about right, and that seems to be the sweet spot. Anyway, I bought these speakers to replace my active speakers, my Edifier 350 dBs. Now when I bought them, I thought, oh, I was really impressed, but I was comparing them to an Echo Studio setup, and they blew the Echo Studios away. So I want to, before I take the plunge and buy these and get rid of them, I want to make sure that they compare to each other. So in my next video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the SX60s with against the S350 dBs to see how good they are. So look out for that video next. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.